So this is a topic that I feel like a lot of parents have been talking about as of late, and that's the topic of sleepovers.
No, my children cannot stay the night at their friend house. I don't care how old they are. I don't care how old they get. And while they're staying in my house, under my rules, they are not allowed to stay at a friend house.
5 things I will not allow or be doing with my child. My child will not be having sleepovers without me physically present before the age of 5. The only exception to this rule is their maternal grandmother.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but my kids do not sleep over at anybody's house. Whatever you can do during the nighttime, you can do during the daytime. If y'all want popcorn, makeup, movies, all of that, you can do that during the day, and then I will kindly pick you up. Or if you guys are at my home, they can be picked up by their parents. And I feel like the reason behind that is because the 30 and up crowd, we know exactly what goes on at sleepovers. And this is not to say this is 100% of the time, but a lot of the times you have creepy parents, you have family members that are up to no good. And, we've experienced that. So now we are more aware, and we just don't want our kids to experience that.
This person is asking about sleepovers, and my answer is no. I did not allow my children to sleep over at other people's houses. It wasn't until they were older teens, and there were 2 specific families who we knew at that point for years and who passed every single gut intuition test, that I began to allow them. Also, when my children were young, if my husband and I had any of our own friends stay over, or if there was any adult who was staying the night at our house, then I would have all 3 of my kids stay in one room and I would sleep in the room with them.
Get ready with me while we talk about things we were not allowed to do while we were growing up. Okay, starting off with a more common one, we were not allowed to have sleepovers.
Yeah, our friends could come here, but we would never be able to sleep over until I was old. But
I was old. My older sister literally didn't have a sleepover until she went to college, like to her orientation day.
Now, you have a large crowd of people that feel like we are doing our kids a disservice by not allowing them to have, those close relationships with friends and cousins and things like that.
Well, my eldest, she's 16 in November. She asked the other day if they could have a sleepover.
Okay.
15, I'm thinking, is too young, but she's getting annoyed at the no.
Can they sleep in separate bedrooms?
But at 2, 3 a.m. when we're all asleep.
The old footsteps down the hallway. And if they're not doing it at home, well, they're going to find somewhere else.
Yeah, you don't want them
That's true.
to go. Is it the park or the back of the car or wherever? Sarah's got quite a lengthy list of when she was in her teenage years.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a bus stop on a bus.
Those swings.
You could be in the...
But at the end of the day, we have to protect our children. I feel like a lot of the times we do not protect these babies. And you know what's interesting? I feel like a lot of people think that it's a stranger that's going to do harm to their children, but a lot of the times it's actually a close family friend or even family. And this is why we have to be very aware of where we're sending our kids and who we're sending our kids with. I remember growing up and experiencing certain things. I kept it to myself. A lot of the times it has to get swept under the rug because people don't want to embarrass the family. So you're walking around with all this trauma and all this baggage, and then you end up 25, 30 years old, and you get to talking about it, and the older adults are like, well, yeah, that person has always been like that, or I always knew that they might have been a little weird. And it's like, if you know that, then why would you have me around this specific person? Why would you not do anything to protect the children? And it's just sad that a lot of the times these same creepy people end up having daughters and sons, and you never really know what they're going through at their houses. So it's like, I feel like we have to protect our children, and a lot of the times these kids are not going to like it, okay? But I feel like we have to stop trying to be their friends. We have to stop being afraid of, the attitudes and, the upset feelings, because at the end of the day, it's all about protection. I know a lot of people also feel like you can't, put your kid in a bubble and protect them from everything. But I feel like, listen, if I could protect you from something, then I'm going to do that, whether you like me or not. But again, I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think about this topic. And on your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.